Less than 15 minutes away from kickoff here at the Kennesaw Stadium. Here in Nanaimo on Nanaimo territory. A big welcome to fans. Thank you for supporting League One BC Soccer. Nautsa'mawt FC and Harbourside FC. Let's kick off again in just under 15 minutes. Big thank you to our sponsors, Ramsey Rapid Roads, Junk in Your Truck, O'Neill's, CZ Home and Auto Glass, and TBL Disposal. Reminder, we do a food truck setup in behind the pitch, as well as the good friends at White Sound Brewing with some adult beverages. Make sure you have some food and drink, and cheer loud for the Harbourside FC.
Welcome back to Kinnistook in Nanaimo on beautiful Vancouver Island. My name is Alex Ronsley. A pleasure to be with you here. Leg 2 of our Sunday afternoon doubleheader as the men's squads hit the pitch for today's League 1 BC action featuring the hometown Harbourside United taking on Nautsa'mawt FC. My name's Alex Ronsley. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Sunday afternoon here with us as we're just awaiting the walkout from the two teams and getting set for today's kickoff scheduled for around 3 minutes from now, although I suspect it'll be a little bit delayed as the team's just lining up off the pitch, getting ready for the walkout. It gives us a chance to tell you lineups heading into today. Harbourside FC, they'll go 4 at the back in front of goaltender Marko Ilic, who will play here this afternoon. The 4 in front on the left side, Jordan McKinty. In the middle, the captain Matt Marasa, along with Fergus Hall. And then on the right side will be Kyle Rothney. 2 defensive midfielders, Reese Farraga and Maxwell Dadzi, will patrol the middle. And then the 4 up front, 2 on the wing, Suka Bahari, who scored the first goal for Harbourside, the men's squad, here last weekend. He will play on the left side. Over on the right side will be Daniel Tumtaturu. And then through the middle, Awan Rubiano. And then the striker, Taylor Aber, will be the target man for Harbourside FC here this afternoon. For Nautsa'mawt, as the teams make their way out onto the pitch, Bennett McKay will be in net for them. And then on the back end, Joe Zupo, Eric White, Ethan Gopal, and Noah Herdlicka. The midfield, Connor Robillard, Thomas Pena, Asvin Sharan, and Mitchell O'Brien, and then Josh Tome and Jordan Pinto up front. As we're getting set here, these two teams did battle yesterday at Swangard and played to a scoreless draw, which will be the second such result for Harbourside. Undefeated, but still yet to get that first win. Of course, a 1-1 result here last weekend in their opening match of League 1. Teams are on the pitch, just awaiting the start of our national anthem. The women played earlier on today with a 1 o'clock kickoff. It was an 8-0 victory for Nautsa'mawt over Harbourside. So wait to see how this one goes. These two teams very evenly matched yesterday in a scoreless draw. We'll pause now for the national anthem. We are set to go. Teams will shake hands at center, and Harbourside, as the women were in their white jerseys with the two-tone blue, a little bit of silver trim in there as well. And Nautsa'mawt FC in their yellows, as the women were earlier, with the navy trim. Really, really nice setup. Nautsa'mawt's jersey. Love the artwork on the front. Harbourside will work from our left to right in this first half. Looking to try and find that decisive goal, the 1-1 draw. Though we still have to do the toss. The directions may actually change. I thought they had maybe done that off the pitch, but didn't see that as part of the women's game earlier on, so must have missed that one. So Harbourside captain Matt Marasa taking the toss for his team. Unfortunately, his debut here in Nanaimo was short-lived. Less than 20 minutes in, was sent off. A tough start to him for his Harbourside career, but brings a ton of experience to this Harbourside lineup, and will be looked to lead and marshal this Harbourside squad. Just kind of wait to see exactly where the teams end up. Nautsa'mawt already on the pitch. They're not really moving too far in terms of another half, so we'll certainly expect them to go from our right to left, and a good crowd continues to come in. Not quite to the same volume of last weekend's home opener, which set a League One record of 1,216 people through the gates. Nearly doubling previous marks, which was fantastic to see. League One football here in Nanaimo. Probably, a little bit under that today, but I would say certainly getting close to 1,000 would be a good estimate. Ball is at the half. Both teams in their final huddles. We'll wait to see what this game brings us. On the bench for Harbourside, Callum Weir, the goaltender. Tinmouth, Chow, Chitanti, Mowbray, Purcell, Colburn are the 7 on the bench for today's game. Harbourside have the kickoff, and they will move from our left to right in this first half. Teams are ready. Referees ready. Here we go. Along this near side. That's for Rothney. He's stripped of it though. And up comes Nautsa'mawt on that far side, although back to try and regather and force a corner. Reese Farragher playing a midfield role here this afternoon. And an early chance, just 20 or so seconds in, for Nautsa'mawt to try and pressure the net of Marko Ilic. We're talking about it in the women's game, the broadcast, that it was pretty chilly. Pretty chilly and deflected off a body, and I think that'll go back for another corner, and it indeed will, back to the exact same side. A brief stoppage here by the referee. Just checking on a Harbourside player. Just trying to get a read on who that is. Just a brief stoppage. Might be... Regardless, back here we go again. And a clearance by Harbourside out confidently. Streaking over towards a good shoulder-to-shoulder challenge as Nautsa'mawt come away with it. As Rothney gets a boot in, knocks it out of play, but it'll be a free kick. The challenge pressuring on Pinto. And again, another stoppage with a Harbourside player down. That's Tsum Taru. He was shoulder-to-shoulder initially on that challenge, and maybe some extra attention being required. So we're 2 minutes into this one. Referees had to check on one player on the goal line. That was okay. And now it's Daniel Tsum Taru down on the pitch. Let's try and make sure if he can go. And the women's game earlier today, unfortunately, goalkeeper Caden Thorpe had to be substituted after what we believe is a shoulder injury. It was just a hard challenge. Tsum Taru and Nautsa'mawt's Pinto. So a little bit of a false start for today's game. Interesting to see if Tsum Taru heads off to the sideline and just gets some extra attention. He's walking off on his own, maybe a little gingerly on his left side, but he'll get an extra look at. So Harbourside will play short-handed here for a little bit. The free kick just inside the half. Pressing is Nautsa'mawt along the right side. That's Zupo. Zupo on this near side, pardon me. That was Hrdlicka. Now Hrdlicka with Zupo playing those two defensive center back roles. Coming back to help out there is O'Brien. Comes over the near side, Walt Tome. Just controlling possession, keeping it away. Harbourside looking good in structure, a 4-3-2 at the moment with Tsumsaru on the sideline getting looked over, looking for a through ball. Marassa got in the way of that one. It falls there nicely. That's Shawan looking to try and clear his Harbourside. A ball goes well wide. Illich will dive to track it down and keeps it in play. And Tsumsaru heads back onto the pitch, so Harbourside back to full strength. And will slot into his right wing role. Marassa. Just trickling the ball up, feeds it out over to the left side. Quick challenge, but played into the middle. That's Dadzi. Back to Marassa, to the goalkeeper Illich. Illich over to the near side, Rothney. Plays it back down. Harbourside looking to clear. They get it through the middle. Tsumsaru, the intended recipient, on a little flick from Rubiano. Just didn't quite get the connection. Taylor Arbor is the lone striker, although supported with three immediately behind him, including Bahari, who scored the lone goal, or has scored the lone goal for Harbourside season so far. Marassa back for it for Harbourside. He's being pressured. He'll take it to the corner, just protect it and allow it to go out for a throw. Scoreless, 5th minute. Ticking over into the 6th and a Harbourside FC throw-in. Weather today, particularly, or I guess when compared to last weekend, not really a factor. 14 or 15 degrees or so this afternoon, mainly cloudy. There's some wind in there as well, and now Tsumsaru is down again. I didn't see if there was any I'm assuming there was contact, but I didn't see it, and he's down right at center. You would assume that's a repeat of the last injury, and that's going to see him helped off the pitch. There is a substitute warming up on the Harbourside technical area. Just getting some last-minute instructions from head coach Kevin Lindo. And it looks like Harbourside will be forced into a very early substitution here, which is not what you want to see. Just 6 minutes in. Be Daniel Tsumsaru coming off, and it'll be Charlie Purcell coming on.
Number 16, Charlie Purcell.
So away from the game plan certainly for now, and that'll force Harbourside into a little bit of a shift in formation as Maxwell Dadzi will come to this right wing role, and then Purcell will slot into sort of a defensive central midfield area. So drop ball for Nautsa'mawt. So not the ideal start in terms of how Harbourside wanted to get underway here, just in terms of injuries, and they've had to make a substitution early. And a long ball will come in towards Illich. He'll let that trickle into the penalty area and latch onto that one. Marassa. Check that. Harbourside looking to clear. Thought that was Marassa there. Arbor is the intended target. Purcell looks to try and knock it down along this near side. Dadzi right at center. Controls well, does well, gets away. Farragher controls and goes back to Fergus Hall. Hard pass, left side with speed, trying to track through the middle. Rubiano wasn't able to control too much of that one. Nautsa'mawt will control. Good structure from both teams early. They're having a look. They're poking, they're prodding at the moment, but not a whole lot in terms of holes in the defense, as that one cleared away by Harbourside. Just entering the 9th minute of this one, scoreless here at Kakinishtuk in Nanaimo. Beautiful Vancouver Island, an absolute stunning day. I was saying mostly cloudy, about 14, 15 degrees at pitch level, but you look at the forecast, there is a small chance of rain. There have been some dark clouds behind us all day. They have not threatened over the top of us yet, however. Here's Bahari. Heads back to the defense. Just looking to slow it, settle it down. Marasa. Fergus Hall to his goalkeeper. Illich. High, long to Arbor. Shoulder to shoulder with his man as Nautsa'mawt come away with it. Herdlicka. Up the far touchline. Little give back. And again, the structure just taking hold. Zupo and Herdlicka, those two defensive center backs. Mitchell O'Brien. And that left back roll, feeds it, crosses it as well, and a good boot, intercepting that and kicking it away. Jordan McKenty was first to it, used the body, protected, got the boot to it, and kicks it out of play for a throw. Crowd still continuing to come in for today's game. Throw in by Nautsa'mawt. Just outside the penalty area, a lofted shot well wide. Illich will throw the hands up as if to say, I'm not going to touch that, and let that go out for a goal kick. Be a long delivery here from Illich. Players heading back towards the middle of the pitch. Long ball finds Arbor. He'll head it ahead. And that's a second Harbourside player down as Rubiano is down grabbing, it looked like his hamstring. Just tried to turn and start to chase the ball and then immediately grabbed it, started limping. No contact or anything, no malice, no nothing. It was just, I'm not sure if that's tweaked or if that's something a little bit more substantial. But already two players down for extended periods of time. Daniel Timsaru was in a challenge, looked to hurt his left leg, went off, came back on, and then ended up needed to be substituted. And now Rubiano looks to have... at least temporarily, and yeah, he's not putting a whole ton of weight, if any weight, on that left side. And that is a heartbreaking start for Harbourside. And it will be another substitution brought on by injury. It'll be Ambrose Tinmouth to come on and replace him. And two changes inside the opening 11 minutes, brought on by injury, both up front. The starting right winger, Daniel Timsaru, substituted off to injury. And then your central attacking midfielder is Juan Ribeiro. He's off as well. And 11 minutes in, Harbourside's had to make two substitutions. So coming into the game will be Ambrose Tinmouth. Plays in a midfield role from the North Island, the Comox Valley, last year with the Guelph Griffins. So he will slot into a pretty much like-for-like replacement. Although it looks like as the way Harbourside, and this will be interesting to watch, as the way Harbourside have sort of reshifted here, almost looks to have gone to a 4-4-2. With Tinmouth and Arbor up front, and then a flat four midfield, and then the flat four defense. So some marshalling of the troops and a potential adjustment in formation for Harbourside, but we'll have to wait and see as a long ball again rolls in towards Illich. And we'll just watch that formation to see if they do. They started kind of in that sort of 4-3-1-2 sort of deal, but or 4-3-2-1, I should say, but now looking to slot into maybe more of a traditional 4-4-2. We'll see how they continue to line up through today's game. Nice little back heel from Fergus Hall as the Harbourside team get away a little bit there, scrambly just on the edge of their own penalty area. Able to clear only as far as center as Nautsa'mawt will come back in. Here's Pinto into the middle, finds his man, that's Gopal, a long shot, a good save by Illich, no rebounds. Ball dropped down to Marasa. He'll start the walk out. A long feed only finds the head of Noah Hrdlicka for Nautsa'mawt, but a turnover, and here's a chance for Harbourside. Support is down the right side if he can get there, as it's the new substitute, Tinmouth, just trying to step over the ball and letting an opportunity maybe get away from him as he was carrying it through. And again, Harbourside just shifting around their formation a little bit. Beharial on that far side, so Tinmouth is now slotted into sort of a right attacker role. We'll just keep watch on that. Some early changes forced on by injury for Harbourside. Foot race is on along this near side. Rothney, good position on it, but Nautsa'mawt come back with it. Clear it only to the foot of Arbor, though. Check that, Tinmouth. And then sent down the right wing. The spin didn't help Dadsey trying to control that ball, but Nautsa'mawt sent it out for a throw. It'll be a Harbourside possession on this near side, Rothney. Sent back. It's Fergus Hall. Illich. He's got Marasa with some help, but elects to keep it, at least for now. Hall once more. They'll try the long clear this time. That's center. Sent back all the way down, and that's to Nautsa'mawt goalkeeper. In net, Bennett McKay. Still pretty blustery, pretty breezy. Makes things cool when you're in the shade. It's a whole lot warmer when you're out in the sun on a day like today. But all in all, beautiful day for soccer here in Nanaimo. Good pressure at center. Harbourside getting some feet in there, able to knock a ball loose. It comes to the middle. It's going to be a free kick against Nautsa'mawt. The challenge coming in, Mitchell O'Brien coming in on a tackle, and that will be a yellow card. So that is our first caution of the weekend, or I guess of today, I should say. Mitchell O'Brien on the challenge. And Marasa will stand over the ball a few inches short of center. A good opportunity here for Harbourside. The wind probably not much help to either team in terms of scoring advantage. It's blowing across the field from east to west, or at least that's the way it feels up here. Arbor. Behari, left side. Looking to control. Has the lone goal in Harbourside history from last weekend. Looking for the cross, trying to find a man in tight, and it rolls through everybody. Arbor was the intended recipient. In and around it for a sniff as well was Dadsey, but it rolls harmlessly through them all. And in for a goal kick, which is quickly played off. Hrdlicka. Over to the far side, Zupo. Or check that, Zupo on this near side has the ball now. O'Brien there in support. Hrdlicka. Looking for somebody long. Sends it all the way down. Marasa has it fly just over his head. The intended target was Connor Robillard. But Harbourside able to quickly turn up in transition. Nautsa'mawt sent it out of play. It's a throw. Just in front of the Harbourside bench. Maybe just a little bit north of that if you're a Harbourside fan. Tinmouth. To the middle. Back to the defense. They'll look to turn it around along this near side. Rothney, right side. Sends it down the touchline, steering in towards the middle. Arbor, the intended target. Dadsey, it falls nicely for him. Drags it just 18 yards above the goal line. Kicks it back. High in the attacking zone. Trying to play towards the middle. Looking for a free kick was Purcell. He'll get one. Referee let it go just a second to see if there was any advantage, but none to be had, and a free kick will come for Harbourside. And we will get the ceremonial free. I love this. The ceremonial free kick. Referee shows both teams the whistle. He'll mark out the required distance. And they will put up a wall. A three-man wall. So this shot coming from, or at least this free kick coming from a fair distance out. Will be probably around 30 to 35 yards out. Maybe closer to 30. But a chance here for Harbourside. A step over. Dadsy. Long drive just over the crossbar. Certainly a set play. The first player was the decoy to step over, and then it was Malcolm Dadsy to drill into it. Didn't miss by much. Probably 2 or 3 balls. Widths, dimensions, circumferences, diameters. Diameters is the word I'm looking for. Just over the crossbar. Hrdlicka. Nautsa'mawt continuing to control. Zupo. Hrdlicka. Playing through the middle. Marasa, good body. Got the ball, shoulder in as well. Knocked his man down, but ball first, no free kick. It'll go out for a throw-in, but that's just good, solid defensive play by Matt Marasa. One of the elder statesmen on this team. 37 years old. Ton of playing experience. Played in the Canadian Major Indoor Soccer League with the Prince George franchise back in the late 2000s, 2009, 2010 area. Brings a ton of experience to this Harbourside lineup. Not that it's lacking, but certainly you take all the experience that you can possibly get. Good swarm defense by Harbourside. Get it just out of danger for now. Hrdlicka. Little give and go. Gets it returned. Tries a low drive in. All alone for a second. Was a man in front, but couldn't control. And then it'll be Dadsy to try and take advantage, but the ball rolls out of play after he was challenged down the right wing by Tome. Harbourside to control. Rothney off the throw-in. Goes back to Fergus Hall. Rothney playing a right back roll this afternoon. Deflects its way up. Arbor. A little bit of contact there by Nautsa'mawt. They'll clear. Taylor Arbor, a commanding presence, 6'2". A very, very strong and solid 6'2" as well. Here's Nautsa'mawt down the left side with speed. Asfin Shawan looking to try and get a shot towards the goal. They couldn't quite settle it down. Robillard was the final one. Chauhan, the initial setup. Robillard trying to finish. And Harbourside come back down the left wing. It's a fast counter break. Looking to center off a body and out of play. A lot of stuff to the outside already this afternoon from both teams. We've had our fair share of throw-ins. Marasa will come in to take the throw. And a long throw at that. Targets in the box. Marasa delivers to the near post. Ahead towards the goal, but McKay right to him. Harbourside have settled down. A couple of early setbacks thanks to injury. Already had to make 2 substitutes. Tinmouth and Purcell on in favor of Rubiano and Tumsaru. Both had to leave due to injury. Tumsaru looked to be a left leg injury after a challenge. He tried to work it out, just couldn't do it. And then Rubiano seemingly out of nowhere, potential hamstring. As he just sort of turned and it tweaked, he immediately grabbed it. It's your classic reaction to a pull or something in the hamstring. You hope he is okay. 23rd minute, scoreless. You wouldn't say that there's been a grade A opportunity yet. There hasn't been that forceful save. Maybe a chance here as Illich will come out courageously. Very, very quick Marko Illich. Tons of collegiate experience up in Prince George, the UNBC Timberwolves, St. Trojans as well. Led the Alberta Athletic Conference for clean sheets one season as well back in 2019. 5'11", so not the biggest goalkeeper, but agile, quick, and we saw an example of it there. Marasa able to get a ball after a good tackle. Knocked it loose. Hall. Plays up through the middle. That was intended for Tinmouth. Just couldn't corral that back down, and Nautsa'mawt will control. Hall again. This time second effort. Third try will come back to Rothney. Back to Hall. One touch, he'll clear it down the right wing. Well brought in there to help out Dadsey, falling onto it, although fouled, was a Nautsa'mawt player. It's Mitchell O'Brien. And he'll be able to take the free kick. Nautsa'mawt regathering. Ridlicka. Zupo. Down the left wing. Precision, trying to keep that in, but it is just out of play. The linesman on this near side, it's not his half where he is, but was right on that line and saw it go over. So a quick flag. Interesting to see Nautsa'mawt trying to make those kind of long plays, those pinpoint long passes. They're getting through. They're just not quite able to capitalize on them yet. Here's another opportunity. Good centering ball and a chance. Drive wide, dripping wide. Thomas Pena trying to settle it down and then didn't get his best effort shot away off his left boot. And again, wide of the net. Back to what we were saying earlier, not really a grade A golden should have scored opportunity either way. Both teams have had their chances. A bit of a miscue on a pass from Reese Farragher. That was intended for Marasa. Will go out for a throw-in. Neither side's had that amazing opportunity. Both sides have had their chances to create one, however. Here's Bahari with some speed through middle, trying to battle off a couple. Does, but it's offside. Arbor will put it into the back of the net, but the linesman's flag is up. It was an early call as well. In fact, the whistle went right as Arbor was kicking that away, so a good step from the Nautsa'mawt defense. Good counterattack, though. You got to like Suka Bahari along that left wing. Full value with some speed, originally from Egypt, Cairo specifically. Another one of those players that brings a lot of varied and different experience to this new Harbourside lineup. 27th minute. Still scoreless. Marasa shoulder to shoulder with his man as the ball along the goal line for a goal kick. And that's just experience from Marasa. He's got a man pressing. He's not trying to make a play at the ball. He's just trying to shield the ball. And let it roll out for a goal kick. Rothney trying to challenge. Hall there as well. Nautsa'mawt will just let the body roll, or let the ball roll, I should say. Take the body on Rothney, and that'll go out for a corner. .27 minutes and change gone in this first half. A corner here for Nautsa'mawt. They've had a couple so far this half. Again, the wind starts to pick up a little bit. Delivery poor from Nautsa'mawt in the corner. Just hit the side netting, and that'll be an easy goal. Kick disappointed with that one. That was Giordano Pinto on the corner for Nautsa'mawt. Marco Illich with a goal kick. He will send it long. Arbor, everybody looking for it. Nautsa'mawt to find it. And they control inside their own half. McKay. Ridlicka. Zupo. Down the left side. Chauhan. Taken in and maybe inadvertently sent out of play. Just trying to protect it was Harbourside's Dadsy. But in doing so, kicks it out of play. Nautsa'mawt return the favor. Funny how that works sometimes. Rothney will take the throw. It'll be a free kick coming here with some contact from Harbourside's Ambrose Tinmouth. As that ball came in from a throw, a free kick quickly taken. And again, this feeling out stage, which these two teams have undertaken so far in our opening, coming up 30 minutes, just continues here. Nice little flick ahead. Chauhan looking to center on the cross. Illich out courageously again. Pena just floated a ball, asked the question. Illich the answer. Marasa. Beharry, little touch pass, almost found its way back to Marasa, but it's caught in midfield. Beharry will gather once more. Cuts to the outside, looking to get away from a challenge. He's got two on him. The ball will go out for a throw-in. It will stay with Harbourside. McKinty along that left wing. Actually, be a free kick, pardon me. Delivers into the middle. Along this near side, Rothney plays up to Malcolm Dadsy. Trying to find room down the wing. Has space. Quickly closed down. Another comes in. Dadsy still on it. Working his way towards the corner. Muscled off the ball. Good defensive play. Nautsa'mawt stay on it. Boot there. That was from Rothney. Able to hold onto it. Rothney. Little overlap. That's with Reese Ferriger. Ball out of play. Harbourside will control for another throw-in. Rothney. The quick throw taken and a push in the back. Tinmouth on the receiving end of it on the shove from Pena. And a free kick will come. McKinty will be the one to take it. Coming over from the left side, now on the right wing to take this free kick. Looking to deliver something in front of a rushing crowd of players. The right boot to curl it in. Two-man wall in front. Bennett McKay seems happy, and again, we'll get this everybody set. Wait for the whistle. Here we go. McKinty on the free kick. Delivers to the middle. Tried to get a header away, and it's Nautsa'mawt to clear. Boy, it was there. There was a chance for Harbourside, not to clear cut, but it was some good positioning and a good opportunity on the receiving end, or on that one, I think might have been Fergus Hall. Or maybe Purcell, pardon me. Would have been Purcell. Either way, Nautsa'mawt able to clear. And Hall back to Illich, over to Marasa. McKinty. Up the wing, Beharry. Nice little give and go. He's got some space. Suka Beharry. Rolling the ball along. Trying to open up a lane. Does. Top of the area. Holds onto it. Good D, though. Stripped of the ball. And a good back by Mitchell O'Brien. And Nautsa'mawt able to clear. Hall. Played up through the middle for Ferriger. Ferriger delivers. Purcell down the left wing. That one was again intended. I was about to say Beharry, but it was a pinching McKinty. He's becoming a little bit more active, a little bit more offensively aggressive in the last few minutes. .33rd minute, scoreless. Harbourside in their white jerseys from our left to right. Nautsa'mawt in their yellows from our right to left. McKinty. Purcell came on as a substitute for the injured Daniel Tumturu just a handful of minutes in. Here's a chance down the right side on the cross from midfield, but Maxwell Dadsy just unable to catch up to that one. Will go out of play for a throw. So Harbourside's had to make 2 substitutions already. We'll watch that as the match rolls on. Both due to injury, both players up front as well. So big losses to 2 of their front 4, basically. The 3-man attacking mid and the striker. 2 of those barely lasting 6 or 7 minutes. Marasa. Beheri finds himself at central midfield. Now to the left side, McKinty will run onto one. McKinty, 18 yards away, looks to cut in, does, shoots to the goal, a one-hopper. And Bennett McKay easily in for him. And again, we still haven't had that clear-cut grade A scoring opportunity. We've had some chances, we've had some looks, we've had some inquiries. Both goaltenders, when called upon, have been very, very good. Illich has probably had the bulk in terms of timing, in terms of quantity, I should say, of the opportunities, but nothing that would lead you to believe the net was threatened in any meaningful way. Marasa. Hall. Back to Rothney. Now for Fergus Hall. Marasa just stepping up ahead, looking to try and advance the ball. Does. Gets his way through. Through ball intended for Arbor was just off the mark. And Nautsa'mawt will control briefly only. Here's Beheri on the left wing. Purcell. Back to Beheri. Not a whole ton of room to work, but he'll just inch his way down the left touchline. Trying to open up something. Does. Finds Tinmouth. Back to Purcell. Little lofted pass. Hits Beheri, but he's a shade offside. There wasn't much in it, but the linesman in good position. And a creative play. Something aerial we haven't seen a whole ton of from Harbourside this afternoon. Hrdlicka. Zupo along that far side. Comes back to the middle for Mitchell O'Brien. The lone player cautioned here in Nanaimo so far today. Received a yellow card earlier this half, so we'll be being a little bit extra careful. It was a lot of action in our first 10 minutes. Funny in the respect that a lot happened in a short space of time. Very little of it actually humorous, the 2 injuries, and then the yellow card. It's Harbourside. Down the left side. Beheri the intended target. Arbor running onto it as well, trying to use the body to outmuscle his man, but Nautsa'mawt able to clear just along the touchline. Harbourside will let it go out for a throw. Both McKinty and one more had a look at it. The wind has shifted a little bit, coming more from the south now. It was more easterly earlier today. Still giving that crispness. It is early May after all. The sunshine, beautiful, glorious, just perfect conditions really. Players won't be too hot. It won't be as draining out there as perhaps it was last weekend when it was very, very warm, not a whole ton of wind. Good pressure from Harbourside forces a turnover. Here's Beheri. Got Purcell presenting in the middle. Gets it. Check that hole. Now over to Dadsey right side. Just outside the area. Dadsey working his way in. Tries to cross. Gets it. Might have come off him. It did. And that's a bad break for Malcolm Dadsey as he got the cross in. It came off a Nautsa'mawt player. But then just inadvertently deflecting off him and across the touchline. And Nautsa'mawt will start a very slow breakout. Giordano Pinto. Long feed through the middle. There's Gopal. Looking to try and sneak away from some marking. Does. Gets it back. That's Pinto. Hrdlicka. The very distinct bright orange captain's armband. A little bit more notable color-wise than Matt Marasa's his counterpart for Harbourside FC. Long feed. The cross as well. McKinty trying to head it away. Came off him, and a drive and a chance from Gopal. Blocked by McKinty. He'll lob it up high. Jump ball. Hall is first to it. Check that. Farragher, I should say, is first to it. Nautsa'mawt still trying to clear. Hard challenge. A foul will come, and it is right on the edge, but it will be a free kick just outside. Another half a step, and that is heading to the spot. It was right on the outside. We're talking inches is where the referee is standing outside the penalty box. Nautsa'mawt trying to maybe plead the case to get it to move forward. But I believe the referee's committed, and an excellently positioned free kick here for Nautsa'mawt. Again, it's 10 to 15 inches outside of the penalty box. And again, we'll stage everything before the referee's whistle blows. Illich just marshalling the wall, making sure it's exactly where he wants it. Marasa, kind of the floater midway between Illich and the wall. It's a 4-man wall, I believe, is what I count. The step over. Here's Nautsa'mawt looking to clear off the head of Marasa. That's why he's there. It was right in the gap and was perfectly positioned. And it'll go out for a corner. About 5 minutes remaining plus stoppage time in our first half. Delivered by Nautsa'mawt. Again, a less than ideal delivery. That's the second one from that corner this afternoon that has failed to live up. On a second try now. This one more aerial and gloved by Illich on the delivery from Ethan Gopal. Harbourside on a breakout down the left side. That's McKinty with some speed. Slows up slightly, looking to cut to the middle. McKinty runs into some traffic, looks to get it to Arbor, can't do it, and now here come Nautsa'mawt back the other way. McKinty not afraid to jump up into the rush as well. Has got support, got coverage, tried to challenge, couldn't get there. Bahari back, trying to cover defense, and Harbourside maybe a little short back here as Marasa trying to challenge. Purcell back to help out as well, trying to center. And Marasa able to clear, and now here's Bahari down the left side. Overlaps with McKinty. Suka Bahari stops at center, and Harbourside will slow the pace once more. Purcell through middle. Finds Arbor, tried to return it, but Arbor challenged, uses the muscle, and he'll take it ahead. Leaves it for Tinmouth. Plays it to the right side, Dadsey. Has some support on the overlap. Gets it now. That's for Rothney. Centers right in towards the goalkeeper, and it's an easy fall-on save for Bennett McKay. Good opportunity there, and these two teams continue to be stalemated this weekend. No score through 90 minutes yesterday. In a game Harbourside certainly took a lot away from. You look at it one way, Harbourside undefeated, or Harbourside's yet to get their first win. The nature of the draw. It was a 1-1 result here last weekend in front of just over 1,200 fans at Kikinishtuk Stadium in Nanaimo. Scoreless draw yesterday at Swangard in Vancouver. Throw in front of the Harbourside bench. Long one intended for Arbor. It's returned back by Nautsa'mawt, right where it came from. McKinty will regather and rethrow. Bouncing ball in the middle, looking to try and knock it down was Harbourside, but Reese Farragher just getting a little bit too physical on his challenge for the ball. Free kick will come to Nautsa'mawt just outside of the center area circle. Nautsa'mawt player just down on the pitch for a moment. Self-inventory, everything's still there, everything's still good. I've really liked, it's almost the quicker this game has gone, the higher the pace, the better Harbourside has looked. Especially on that far side, Suku Buhari just looks very, very good. Here's a chance now, Nautsa'mawt, chance, drive, and just wide on and off the boot of Eric White. Referee having a quick chat here with Harbourside defenseman Fergus Hall. Not entirely sure what that would be, whether that's a warning or whether that's a clarification. No card to speak of, so we remain just Mitchell O'Brien with the only caution here this afternoon. Long clear by Illich to center. Headed ahead by Tinmouth. Intended for Arbor, who's been in and around the play. I don't think he's had a clean possession so far this afternoon. He's been getting in good positions. He's had a couple of looks through headers, but I just don't think he's had that clean control and an opportunity to get a good quality shot away. Nautsa'mawt now through the middle. Feed along the right side. Johan trying to cut through two defenders. Doesn't get past either, although they give the ball back. Johan regathers, centers, top of the zone, and it hops over the boot of White, and Harbourside have a chance here on a breakout. Here's Buhari. Overlapping with him is Purcell. It rolls to McKinty along the touchline. McKinty will hold, slow the pace, just roll. The sideways step, delivers back. Purcell to the middle. That's for Theriger. Goes back to Hall. Cross was well and ahead of everybody. And will go out for a goal kick. Hall will be a little disappointed with that one. But again, going back to what we said a couple of minutes ago, the faster this game has gone in terms of the pace in which the game has been played, the better Harbourside have looked. We are in stoppage time of this first half. Haven't seen or heard of an indication on just quite how many minutes are coming. There's a long feed down the left touchline, well out of the reach of Nautsa'mawt's Josh Tome. Haven't seen anything from the fourth official either, so now into our second minute of stoppage time. Did have a couple of injuries, would probably wager about 4 minutes. But again, we will wait and see. Nautsa'mawt at center. The lofted pass. The chip over Illich aggressively out of his net and did well. It was a good chip over the netminder from Pinto, but Illich quickly up with the gloves and able to knock it away. The defense did the rest. And again, there's an example of Illich just making himself big, using his speed, his agility to knock probably the best chance of the game away so far. Little give and go between Illich and his defender, Kyle Rothney. Harbourside got themselves in a bit of trouble last weekend, led to the lone goal that they conceded. Here's a chance late. Purcell, through ball just on the wrong side of Arbor. He was running left to right. The pass went right to left and just didn't quite connect. And again, another look at the referee. Into our third minute of stoppage time. A free kick will come. It'll go towards Nautsa'mawt. Marasa not liking it, and Matt Marasa picks up a caution. You would imagine that that would go in the book as one for dissent on Matt Marasa, not liking the referee's call. So again, we'll have some time added on for this one. And a free kick just inside half for Nautsa'mawt. Do we have a buzzer beater, so to speak? Hrdlicka. Over the far side, O'Brien hits Zupo. Zupo, the probing ball through the middle, well headed away by Harbourside. It'll be Dadzi to try and bring the ball down. Free kick. Does well to earn it. Probably time for one last push. Purcell making himself available. Turned away. Now it's a long lead feed and all that for nothing. After all that staging for that free kick, the referee blows the whistle immediately after. 45 minutes in the books. And it is a scoreless draw so far here through our first half. Some good chances both ways. There's a lot to like and entertaining first half as well. Harbourside bit by injuries early on. They had to make 2 substitutions inside the opening 10 minutes. Daniel Tumsaru went down in a tackle and kind of favored his left leg a little bit, was taken off the pitch, looked at, came back on, and then probably 2 or 3 minutes later went down. I didn't see if there was any contact on the second effort, but went down and then was taken off. He was substituted off for Charlie Purcell, forced a little bit of a shift in the way that Harbourside lined up, and not necessarily their formation, although it looked like they did go to a 4-4-2 briefly, but that could have just been off a couple of setups from goal kicks or whatnot. But and then just a few minutes later, it was Juan Rubiano, who went down without anybody around him, and it immediately looked like a hamstring pull or something to that effect, and very, very tough to see that. He was helped off the pitch immediately and did not return. Was substituted on for Ambrose Tinmouth. And from there, I mean, Marko Ilic in net for Harbourside, very, very good in the limited opportunities he was called into action. Bennett McKay for Nautsa'mawt, also very good. Ilic probably had the lion's share, in fact, did have the lion's share of the scoring chances in terms of quantity. Quality, both teams have yet to find that killer blow. Both teams have yet to find that one grade A opportunity where the goalkeeper has been called into action to stop a certain goal. Threatening is probably the best word for it. We will take a pause here from Kikinishtuk in Nanaimo and come back for our second half. It is Harbourside 0, Nautsa'mawt 0 here at Kikinishtuk in Nanaimo. Welcome back to Kennestock Stadium here in beautiful Nanaimo, Vancouver Island. My name is Alex Ronsley, back with you with the second half action of today's League One BC matchup between Harbourside FC and Nautsa'mawt FC. Harbourside forced into some early substitutions thanks to injury. It looks like they'll make two more here voluntarily. Matt Coburn is warming up, as is Tyson Chitani. So we'll see them come on after 45 minutes to join. See if Harbourside can push for that go-ahead goal. They didn't get it yesterday. Harbourside feeling they deserved that one, but had to settle for the scoreless draw. So it will be Coburn and Chitani to come on. We'll just see who they spell off. So Matt Marassa will come off for Coburn. 6'3", big presence there. And then it'll be Chitani to come on for Purcell. So Purcell comes in early, and then is substituted off. So Marassa off, was very, very good in that first half. He will pass the captain's armband off to Fergus Hall. Harbourside working from our right to left in this second half. Their white jerseys with the two-tone blue, navy shorts, white socks. Nautsa'mawt decked out head to toe in yellow. Work from our left to right. Still awaiting the game's first goal, and a hard challenge from McKenty. As both he and Nautsa'mawt's Connor Robillard went up for a ball. And just a muscle challenge, Robillard landed hard. It'll be a free kick, a bit of a warning from the referee. No card, but just a, hey, settle it down. Over the ball is O'Brien, right on the right touchline. Looking to try and bend that in left to right. Delivers, but doesn't get it all the way in. It'll get returned right to him for a throw-in, I should say. And he will leave the ball for Eric White to come in and take it over. Returns it back. And Nautsa'mawt will control at center. As we were saying back in the first half, neither side has really had that opportunity, that grade A, golden, must-score type of opportunity. It'll go out for a goal kick. Marko Ilic has been the busier of the two goalkeepers. As Ilic will deliver it left side on the cross. Kept in. I thought McKenty did enough to keep it in, but it does go out of play. Bahari on this near side now. He's been probably the best of the bunch for Harbourside. And as we said earlier on, just the quicker the pace of the game is, the more movement it has, the better Harbourside looks. It's the longer that we get these kind of like stoppages and pauses, the more you feel Nautsa'mawt is kind of in control of that. Good boot and a stop there. That's from Chitani. Looking to set up along that right side. Finds Dadzi. Controls, turns, delivers, back. Looking to control. That's Rothney along that right side. To Dadzi. Right wing, down low, off leg, stays in, and Nautsa'mawt come away with it. And drive it down that far touchline, only as far as center. With Fergus Hall able to get ahead onto it. Nautsa'mawt control. Yet to make a substitution, other visitors, if memory serves. Harbourside have made 4. 2 due to injury inside the first 10 minutes, and another 2 at halftime. Nautsa'mawt down the right side as a long feed there for Mitchell O'Brien. Tried to hit Eric White. It was just an inch or two too high. White could do little other than just head it out of play. Harbourside on the left touchline is trying to keep that in, unable to do so. Reese Ferriger. White will concede some territory, goes back to the captain. That's Herdlicka. Finds his man along this near side. Zupo, long lead feed, but there's the big imposing body of Matthew Coburn. Last few years with the VIU Mariners, stands 6'3" and looks full value for that height as well. Cross in, Nautsa'mawt pressing just on the outskirts of the penalty area, cleared away. Bahari couldn't control, but on a second effort, Harbourside will clear and they'll push up to Arbor. 1-on-2, he does have some support coming, but he will control and send it back. That's good work by Taylor Arbor. And now he looks to get the return feed. A long ball. Out is McKay. And a penalty. Arbor and McKay collided, and the referee saying that Arbor was impeded. And it'll be a spot kick for Harbourside. McKay aggressive. Arbor was closely tracked as well, and there was enough of a foul. And it will be Suka Bahari to head on to the penalty spot and look to give Harbourside the lead. Bahari has Harbourside's first goal and to date only goal in League One action. Can he double it up and give Harbourside a 1-0 lead? The right-footed shot, McKay on the goal line. Everybody else outside the penalty area. Bahari, here we go. No mistake. Suka Bahari, he scores. And Harbourside, a 1-0 lead. From the penalty spot, no mistake. Bahari's second in League One this season for Harbourside. And Suka Bahari makes it 1-0. Out of Cairo, Egypt, Suka Bahari spent some time with the UMBC Timberwolves, a very good program up in Prince George. Played with the Highlanders in League One last year. Compounds a pretty good last weekend with the first goal in Harbourside history. Also earned him Performance of the Week award from League One, sponsored by Gatorade last week for his efforts in the 1-1 draw against Unity FC. So from the spot, Suka Bahari makes no mistake. And Harbourside lead 1-0. Now, what you want to see after that 1-0 goal is you want to see the continued push. 1-0 is not 1-0 is not a lead to sit on. And here's Bahari again, looking dangerous. 6-yard box, tries to center, but it's only yellow jerseys there. Nautsa'mawt will clear. Tinmouth plays it ahead, Bahari, and it'll be a more authoritative clearance this time from Zupo. Puts it out of play, no mistake. Great chance there as Suka Bahari down low, just wasn't able to generate much towards the goal. Taylor Arbor, who earned the penalty for Harbourside, which allowed Bahari to convert, went mid-height, left side of the goal to the right of the keeper. A long attempt just over the crossbar past an outstretched Marko Ilic. That was Asfin Chauhan. Not entirely sure on the direction. The height was just a little too high. Ilic diving across to his left was not required, but was there. High ball. Arbor on it. Rolled off the back of his head. Fell nicely for Nautsa'mawt to go back, although Harbourside is there in numbers. Tinmouth trying to get to it, but they couldn't control, and nice touch work along the right side. With speed, here's Pena trying to break into the penalty area. Challenged by McKenty, who's able to clear, did just enough. You feel maybe Pena ran out of options, a little bit of frustration. Didn't have too much to cross to. And McKenty, it was a split second there. I thought he may have almost crossed that line, but did just enough. Played it well, physical, and was able to clear for a corner. The cross in, it's low, it's cleared away, only to the box, and a drive from a long way out clears everything. No damage there. The cross was low, close to the nets. A lot of bodies in and around it. And Illich will usher the defenseman up to try and clear this out on the goal kick. So a Harbourside 1-0 lead. 56th minute here in Nanaimo. One key area to look at will be the substitutions. Nautsa'mawt yet to make a substitution, I believe. Not that I've seen or noticed or had happen. Harbourside has made 4. 2 of them inside the opening 10 minutes, courtesy injury. Here's McKinty, finds himself left side. Centers! Aber was there. It's off his head. Now to the right side. Dadsy looking to cross to the middle. And it goes through everybody. And McKinty will try to track that down, but it rolls out of play. Jordan McKinty just kind of floating all over the place at the moment. Not afraid to jump up into the play. He's got some speed as well, and obviously the permission to do it. He's been able to generate some good opportunities. Harbourside a 1-0 lead on a penalty shot from Suka Bahari, his second with Harbourside, and in fact, he has all of Harbourside's goals this season. McKinty goes back to the halftime substitute, Matthew Coburn. To Illich. Over now to the right side. And the long clear from Harbourside intended for Dadsy just missed its mark. And a quick throw in from Nautsa'mawt. Controlling in their own zone. Here's Eric White. Feed through the middle. Coburn did well to pressure his man. That's Gopal. Coburn stripped Gopal. And now here's Bahari. Up against his opposing number. Bahari trying to roll. Cuts in. Feeds. Aber. Return. Bahari left side. Just outside of the box. Bahari marshalling as he dribbles. Gets the left ahead to Aber. Couldn't connect. As he doesn't. Puts it just behind the goal. A probing ball with 2 possible solutions. Aber just out of his reach. Dadsy latches onto it. Didn't have a whole ton of real estate to shoot at and put it in behind. But again, it's Suka Bahari generating, and again, it's Harbourside threatening. Looking to add to their lead. Harbourside looking for their first win in League One. It was a draw here last weekend, April the 29th, against Unity, a 1-1 score. It was a scoreless draw yesterday at Swangard in Vancouver against this very same Nautsa'mawt FC. McKinty will watch a ball run into touch. Harbourside will have a throw in deep inside their own half. And this will be the first substitutions of the game for Nautsa'mawt. We'll wait and see who comes off and who comes on. It'll be 26, and so it'll be Shohan coming off. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a read on the numbers here. That's 7 coming off as well. So that's going to be Gopal and Chohan coming off. And we're just going to try and get a read on the numbers coming on. Regardless, Nautsa'mawt have made their first substitutions, although there is one awaiting Harbourside. But the referee has asked play to continue. So Harbourside will get that in the next whistle. So 2 off for Nautsa'mawt. We'll try and get a read on the 2 new numbers, but it is 7, Ethan Gopal, and 26, Asvin Chohan off. We'll try to get a read on who is on here as this game goes on. Harbourside able to knock it down, although immediately put back up into the air. Harbourside able to regather, trying to hoof it down the touchline. Eventually, they do out of play. This will be the substitution coming for Harbourside. Coming off will be Maxwell Dadsy. Mowbray Begin will make his way onto the pitch. So Harbourside now with their 5th substitution of the game. 2 inside the opening 10 minutes, as we said earlier on. So Mowbray Begin. Over along that far side. Suka Buhari trying to knock one down as Arbor tried to feed Tinmouth. Hall to Buhari. He's got McKinty, left side, feeds across all the way along the pitch, and it's cleared right back by Nautsa'mawt, although McKinty sneaking back in, trying to get a hold of it as it's cleared out to center. Eventually, Harbourside able to latch onto it. Hall, far side, that's for Rothney. Crosses over to the near side, Buhari stops, rolls to the left. He's got McKinty in the outside, tried to cut into the middle. Comes off a Nautsa'mawt player, and that goes out of play for a corner. So one of the players on is Abdul Benate, my apologies. So he comes on, and just looking to get a read on a second number to see the second substitute for Nautsa'mawt. Corner for Harbourside, headed towards the goal, but it's right on the goalkeeper, McKay. It was a reflex save borne by some pretty good positioning. Fell right into his chest, able to latch on. And a good chance off a set piece for Harbourside. 1-0 the score. Suka Buhari's spot kick. Back in the 50th minute, the penalty drawn by Taylor Arbor is Nautsa'mawt. Going to play in towards the middle there. Giordano Pinto, ankle to ankle, pardon me, and this will be a yellow card on the challenge from Pinto. Just trying to see who from Harbourside he collided with. Pinto just kind of reaching down and tapping the leg of the Harbourside player. And it is Buhari. He's back up, looks no worse for wear. So a second yellow today for Nautsa'mawt. It's Pinto to go with O'Brien, who was carded back in the first half. Marasa, the lone card, yellow earlier in this game in the first half. He was, however, substituted off at halftime. Bouncing ball off the free kick. It falls to Nautsa'mawt along this near touchline, although a misplay and Arbor able to get a hold of it. And he got some contact, incidental or otherwise, from Mitchell O'Brien, and Arbor a little bit slow to get up. Trying to feed towards the middle. Nobody there. Tinmouth trying to play that role of a little shadow striker as Buhari comes in, and a drive to net saved by McKay. Great chance along that far side. That was the drive from Mowbray. And it'll go out for a corner as Mowbray able to kind of pinch up from midfield and make a nice chance towards the goal. Tinmouth will go take the corner. Here's where the height of Colburn comes in. Buhari comes back out of the attacking area. A little smaller in stature, but has some speed. The corner delivered. It's low. Pinball's off some legs as Nautsa'mawt look to break out. With speed, they've got it down the left side, tracking back, trying to get back there is Ferriger. Nautsa'mawt, fast in transition, play to the outside, it's Robillard, has it outside the area, crosses off the top of the head and harmlessly falls in the gloves of Illich. It was Logan Chung, so he's the second substitute on. He had the opportunity to go towards goal, but was unable to. And ultimately, it was a very harmless header in the vague direction of the Harbourside net, which fell comfortably to Marco Illich. McKay. 65th minute of this contest. A penalty kick for Harbourside is all that separates it. 1-0. Nautsa'mawt through the middle. Taken in and played here to the right side for White, although he's stripped of it by McKinty. Really liked Jordan McKinty watching him play. He's quick, he's all over the place, and I mean that as a compliment. He jumps up, he's responsible defensively, he plays everywhere. And another couple of substitutes coming on now for Nautsa'mawt. So it'll be Pinto coming off after being carded, and Alio will come on. And then it was 94 that was put on, but I believe that it was Abdul Benait who was substituted on earlier. So we'll try and have to get another read on that one, because the fourth official did show a 94, but that was part of the earlier set of substitutions. Regardless, Sam Alio, or Aiello, apologies on the pronunciation, but Sam Aiello will slot into a midfield role by the looks of things. And Nautsa'mawt looking to try and find an equalizer. Harbourside's in two minds, preserving the lead and looking to add to it. McKinty left side, as we were saying earlier. He's been all over the place, and that's probably just the best way to describe his game in terms of his impact and what he's been able to do. Jumping up in attack, leading streaks down the pitch, not letting much, if anything, really get by him in defense either, playing from that left wing-back role. Complements well with Bahari in front of him. Good pressure by Tinmouth and Arbor up front. Those two coming together, courtesy some injuries earlier on. Juan Rubiano, Daniel Tuum Taru, both leaving the game with injuries early, inside 10 minutes. Nautsa'mawt will go back all the way inside their own half. Pressuring is Bahari, who just doesn't have any other speed aside from full tilt. Pass into the middle. Here's O'Brien. He's on a yellow. The other players carded here have been substituted off already. Down along that far side is Chung. Trying the overlap play, didn't quite get there, although they will get a free kick out of it, as the ball had gone down in for a goal kick, but Nautsa'mawt will enjoy a free kick about 10 or 12 yards outside the box. So a fair distance from goal, but still threatening enough, and the referee will ask the free kick taker to hold for the whistle. Marko Ilic just on his right post, marshalling the wall. Nautsa'mawt looking for an equalizer. Three-man wall for Harbourside just inside the box. It is delivered. It is high, and it is grabbed by Ilic. Just had a little bit of a drift on it. You wonder if maybe the wind got a hold of it a fraction. It just flew and glided, I should say, into the hands of Ilic, who's been very, very good this afternoon. And here's Bahari, speaking of very, very good. The overlap through McKinty. Really liked this left side for Harbourside, as that's deflected off and out of play. So Abdul Benait is still on the pitch. Not sure if that was just a missed number by the official. Just still trying to pick up those who are coming on or have come on for Harbourside. Regardless, 4 substitutions made for the visitors this afternoon. Over to the far side, Tanti. Gets it back, Tinmouth. Over that right side, trying to work their way in. Not a whole lot there. Back out for Tanti. Chitani, I should say. Excuse me. Putting an extra T in there. I can't read my own handwriting. Chitani. Back at center. Tinmouth. Chitani along that far side. Pressured, knocked down, and a free kick. A little bit of a chat post-whistle between Chitani and Logan Chung, I should say. It'll be a long free kick, well out from anything too threatening, but an opportunity for players to drive forward, including Colburn, 6'3", must be the tallest player on the pitch. I'm looking at him against others, and there's not a whole lot else up there. And a great drive just wide, dragging that down and trying to drill it home from distance was Chitani, but it goes just wide of the goal, missing by a couple of feet at most. Harbourside have been very good about keeping the ball inside the attacking half for most of this second frame. Down the right side, here's Benet. Sanders with time, but a good block on the outside of the knee by Harbourside, and they look to continue to clear as Colburn gets just enough on it. And a whistle will go on a free kick. Believe it was Farragher to maybe get that first or that pivotal chance down. He was kind of down on one knee. Indeed it was. Reese Farragher down on one knee and a position to the side as you'd stop a baseball. Great point blank block and preserves this 1-0 lead that Harbourside have. 72nd minute. Long feed off a Nautsa'mawt head and out of play. Arbor the intended target. McKinty will take the thrower as the wind picks up once more. And again, there is a chance of some showers, although we've yet to feel a drop so far this afternoon, which has been fantastic to see. A little bit more sun for the women's game, though, than we've seen for the men. More overcast, a little bit blusterier as well. More blustery. Windier. Let's just go with that. There's a little bit of a mistake there by Bahari. Tried to get around two defenders and just had the ball roll out of play for a goal kick. It's quickly taken. Nautsa'mawt on that left side. In their own half. Played it through the middle. Farragher was able to interrupt that for a moment. Ball played down. Good one there from Colburn. Tried to play McKinty down the left side. But here come Nautsa'mawt. Down the right side. The cross to the middle. It's easily dealt with. And Bahari will have it deep in his own half. Will cross to the middle. Pinpoint accuracy. Now intended for Arbor into the middle. But it's a good boot by the back-checking Zupo. Was able to clear that away from danger. Nautsa'mawt just pushing into a bit of another gear here at the moment. They've had some good sustained pressure. Here's White. High cross into the middle, and it's headed away by Harbourside. Just outside the zone. The penalty area, I should say, and this will be a free kick. Cutting across the top of the penalty area was Thomas Pena. And Pena will just pick up some contact. And a free kick coming just outside the 18-yard box. Probably the best free kick opportunity of the game so far. We had one a little bit closer, just on the edge, but it was more on the corner towards one of the wings. This one about as center as it gets. And I'd say you're probably about 2 yards, 3 yards outside the box. Danger for Harbourside, an opportunity for Nautsa'mawt to tie this game. The shot blocked by the wall, cleared away, but it's a handball. The referee calling a handball on the wall. And he's given a yellow card, and I believe it's to McKinty. Harbourside don't like the call. I believe the yellow card went to McKinty, although it was delivered to a crowd of players. McKinty certainly had the reaction which caught my eye. And just as Harbourside did to open the scoring, Nautsa'mawt have a chance to tie this up from the spot. Marko Ilic trying to get the crowd into it. Nautsa'mawt trying to get a read on who's on the kick, but a chance to tie this up late. And it's wide. It is wide from Thomas Pena. Ilic guessed right. He went to his right, but was not required, and Harbourside maintain a 1-0 lead. 15 or so minutes left to play, and more substitutions coming here for Nautsa'mawt, excuse me. O'Brien will come off. Just again trying to get a read on who came on for him on that back end. I believe that's going to be Brandon Momotani. Number 31 it is. Momotani on the header now. Now the sense of urgency is Pena aggressively able to take that to the corner. Tried to play it in. Did off a Harbourside player and led by Pena. Nautsa'mawt trying to up the tempo here. Look to cross, just glancing blow off ahead of a Harbourside player and comes across this near touchline for a throw. Josh Tome will have the ball for the throw-in. Playing short to Benate. And Harbourside able to clear down the touchline to about halfway. And again, not a whole lot of stoppages, not a whole lot of pauses. A lot of nervous energy and a lot of standing on the Harbourside bench right now. Nautsa'mawt down that left side. 1-0, the spot kick from Bahari in the 50th minute. Pena had an opportunity for Nautsa'mawt just a couple of minutes ago and missed the net. Down that left wing, good boot by Coburn along that far side, able to knock it away, and Harbourside in counter-attack, although it only gets to center. Still working along that far side. Looking, hopeful, ambitious, skyward shot from a long way out. That's deflected out of play, and that'll be a long chase for the young Nanaimo United player to go chase that ball down to give Marko Ilic a backup in case he's making a slow trot for it. It's a very cool job to stand beside the goal and make sure there's a backup ball there. You get a pretty good view of the game and good chat with the goalies as well. Bahari ahead, Arbor offside. He looks offside. It was just a step or two ahead of the play. Arbor went down. Thought I heard a bit of anguish from Taylor Arbor. And he remains down on all fours. Back up now. Just a bit of a knock. Maybe along the grass. The artificial turf here at Kinnistuck Stadium. It's a little unforgiving if you roll on it or slide on it the wrong way. Out along that far side is the captain, Hrdlicka. Harbourside's looked very good, very structured. They've deserved a goal from play. Although, again, you go back, there just really hasn't been that like grade A scoring opportunity. But they've structured well, have the home team. Corner. Nautsa'mawt have just upped the pressure, up to the speed here in the last few minutes, really since that missed penalty shot. Around 10 minutes left plus stoppage time in this second half, and it's a 1-0 Harbourside advantage. Harbourside looking for their first win. In fact, their first non-draw result. Long corner over the top of everybody, out for a goal kick. Illich has been very good in net for Harbourside. He's been very active, very communicative. You can hear him from up here. That's what you want out of a goalkeeper. Just taking a quick look on the radar. There are some scattered showers just to the south of us, so we'll see if that makes its way here to Kikinishtuk as a whistle goes. A free kick to come, and perhaps a little bit of a cramp on one of the Harbourside players. It'll be a free kick for Nautsa'mawt. And one warming up, preparing to come on from the Harbourside bench. I believe that'll be Nathan Chow. Aside from goalkeeper Cal Weir, he's the lone substitute listed that is not being used so far. And Harbourside will indeed, well, I'll have to wait for that substitution. Hrdlicka. Just little give and goes either side of center. Down the right side with speed, here's Momotani. Trying to cut in to the penalty box, and it'll be out for a goal kick. Just didn't quite get there. That will be a goal kick. Substitution called for. It is Chow coming on. And it will be number, what's listed on the board as 21. There is no 21 out there. I believe it will be Taylor Arbor. It is Arbor who's making his way over. So Nathan Chow on. Arbor off. Arbor has been very good in a physical presence here this afternoon. Hasn't really had that clean striker's possession, but he's been a good target, a big body. He's played the ball well. Good boot down there is Buhari. So we'll see where Chow slots in. Looks to be so far sort of in a right midfield role. And that will push Mowbray sort of into the middle in a striker's role. So Mowbray moves into Arbor's vacated spot. Buhari stays on the left. The center attacking mid, or the right attacking mid, I should say, is Chow. And then that center attacking midfield role remains with Tinmouth, who has been in action for almost the entirety of this game. Came in as an early substitute, courtesy some injuries to Daniel Toom Taru, excuse me, and Juan Rubiano. Down the right side, good shove, shoulder to shoulder on a challenge. As that was Matthew Coburn using every single pound and inch to his frame on a good shove there on Abdul Benait. The ball goes out for a corner. Will be taken by Thomas Pena, who missed a penalty earlier on in this second half. Could have tied the game, and a header well wide from Nautsa'mawt, and the ball boy behind the net of Marko Illich is getting a good workout in this second half. One side of the pitch to another. There have been some hopeful, borderline wishful thinking from distance from Nautsa'mawt at points in this second half. Ball out for a throw in front of the Harbourside bench. It'll be the captain, Hrdlicka, to take it. Passes it off, actually, just as I say that, and look down at my notes for a split second. Hrdlicka. Back to the goalkeeper, McKay. Comes to the near side for Tom. Up the right touchline. Headed at by McKinty. Tracking back is Tinmouth. Headed ahead and intended there by Fergus Hall. And a free kick will come. And again, a bit of a delay from the referee just to try and find that advantage. None to be had. So it's a long free kick about midway between the edge of the penalty area and half. A lot of standing, a lot of, I can imagine, nervous energy on the Harbourside bench. They've made all their substitutes, and then a lot of sitting and a lot of relaxing on the Nautsa'mawt bench. And again, that will go out for a goal kick. About 4 minutes left, and then stoppage time. Harbourside a 1-0 advantage, courtesy of spot kick by Suka Bahari, 50th minute. Through middle. Bennett with speed down the right side, feeds, running onto it. That'll be Elio. Elo. Touch pass. Back. Delivered to the middle. Bennett the intended target, but it's cleared away. And out to middle. Mowbray trying to run onto it. Nautsa'mawt just playing keep away. Now again down the left side. Little trip up, and it will draw a free kick. I didn't think there was much contact from Chow on that far side. It looked to be some daylight and separation, but obviously maybe a little bit of a flick of the boot as it went by, and a free kick to come along that left touchline, about 16, 17 yards from the goal line. Opportunity here for basically a free cross and see what's able to be generated. 1-0, 3 minutes remaining, plus stoppage time. A deflected ball. Nautsa'mawt pleading for a handball, but the referee immediately waves it off, and Illich able to glove. It was a brief, impassioned cry from 2 or 3 players around it, and didn't extend much beyond that. The referee immediately waving it off, as Chow able to get it along that far side. Delivers to Chitani. Back to Colburn. To Illich. Pass out. McKinty in 2 minds. They turn it over. Here's a chance to center. Top of the zone. Trying to work it. Looking for a shot is Nautsa'mawt. Looking for it. It's Pena. Drops it off. Here's Momotani. Back to Pena. Turns. Trying to find a lane. Gets a shot to goal. It's weak. Chance, and it's off a leg and out of play. The final chance went to Bennett, and it had to be the well-placed body position of Fergus Hall to deflect that out for a corner. It was a bad giveaway from Harbourside, but they were able to regroup, really form a blockade on the 18-yard box, and prevent any sort of quality opportunity from Nautsa'mawt. But they want a clearance here. 89th minute. The delivery. It's high. It's to the back post, and it's headed in behind the goal for a goal kick. And you can imagine that Harbourside won't be in too much of a rush to resume this one. There's a hamstring stretch in the 6-yard box for the man who assumed the captaincy when Matt Marassa was substituted off at halftime. Fergus Hall. Illich clears it. Long, just past halfway. Nautsa'mawt have had the bulk of possession late in this second half, but it's Harbourside protecting a 1-0 advantage. Bennett with speed through middle, outside the zone, gets a shot through, and probably the best save of the game by Marko Illich. Able to stretch across to his right, glove it, and hold on to it, and clear it away, and we are perilously close to stoppage time. The signal has been made to the 4th official on just how many minutes. The board has not gone up yet, however. Nautsa'mawt along the right side. White, the give and go. Momotani trying to control. Beheri clears down the left side only to center, however, is Nautsa'mawt looking to send it straight back in. 5 extra minutes to be played. Pena attacking, looking, seeking for an equalizer. Plays it off to the left side. Back up top of the formation for Nautsa'mawt. Hrdlicka and Zupo, the give and go. Still along that far wall. Harbourside, stoppage time away from their first win in League One. They clear it. It'll roll. It'll stay in play. That's what Harbourside wants. Ball in play. Clock ticking. Hrdlicka for Nautsa'mawt. Down the left side. The play, the touch pass ahead. Chung tried to drag it with him. Harbourside looking to gain control. Chung gathers it back. Plays to center. Now over to the right side. Finds White. Challenged immediately by a pair of players. McKinty around it. No surprise. As Hall will just bobble it between his legs a little bit frustrated. Drills it into the net. Well, I should say the fence meshing, I should say, excuse me. White. Trying to hold, looking for an option. Doesn't have a whole lot. Has to go all the way back to the D with Zupo. He's got Hrdlicka over the far side. Nervous waits as Illich out of his net. Overplayed, but it goes harmlessly wide. And Beheri will take it into the corner just to try and kill some time. Beheri, killing seconds, plays it up, nutmegs a man, gets the ball up the touchline. McKinty there, Beheri back on it, came off him, and Nautsa'mawt will get the throw, despite Beheri's pleads. About 3 minutes left in stoppage time. White rolls a throw in through the middle. That's Elo. Hrdlicka. High ball, long ball, gloved by Illich. And he'll take every single one of his 6 seconds. And then probably a couple of chats and asks from the referee. Every single second counts, and he bombs it longer than any other kick so far today. Harbourside 1-0 advantage, very late. Stoppage time, about 2 minutes remaining in it. 2.5. Referee signaled 5. We're at about 92.5 at the moment, give or take, but it's all in the hands of the official at the moment. A free kick coming. This will be a yellow card issued to Harbourside's Reese Ferriger. 3rd yellow card of the game for Harbourside today. McKinty the other, and Matt Marasa, who is subbed off at halftime. Long free kick. Everybody up. Hrdlicka delivers high in the penalty area. Headed well wide. Illich is there. He'll go shoulder to shoulder. It'll stay in miraculously. And cleared back out to middle. Illich went body to body with a Nautsa'mawt player as Nautsa'mawt sent it right back in. McKinty had to come off his body to the outside. That's for Zupo. He'll float one towards the goal. Illich got a touch on it. It's off. A Nautsa'mawt player. Nautsa'mawt wants a penalty. It is immediately waved off, and it will be a goal kick. Illich was able to touch it, and then it was a Harbourside defender trying to clear. Connected on a kick with a Nautsa'mawt player, and they are pleading for a penalty. The referee has made the decision, and it will be a goal kick. Fourth official is going to come over and maybe make aware something, and this could be a... The fourth official has obviously heard something. And now the referee has issued a yellow card to somebody on the Nautsa'mawt bench. And potentially a second one coming. There it is. So it will be 2 separate yellow cards, not 2 to the same individual. No sending off, no red card, but just 2 yellow cards issued to members on the Nautsa'mawt bench. Great play to be able to keep it in there from Chow. And that'll do it. Harbourside, their first win in League 1 BC. It comes via a penalty spot kick from Suka Bahari at the 50th minute. Harbourside remain undefeated, and they earn their first victory here in League 1. Nautsa'mawt pushed and pushed and pushed at the end, but it was not enough, as Harbourside a 1-0 advantage and a win over Nautsa'mawt, their first win in League 1. Bahari was outstanding. McKenty was outstanding. Harbourside had setbacks early. They had 2 players leave inside the opening 10 or so minutes to injury. Had to make 2 early, and you would think unplanned substitutions. And Harbourside split the weekend. The women fell earlier today. The men victorious. Their record now moves to 1 win, 2 draws, and no losses through the first 3 games and 2 weekends of League 1 action. Really good atmosphere, very good crowd here as well at Kikinishtuk in Nanaimo. Appreciate you joining us here.
We look forward to seeing you back here at Kikinishtuk on Friday, May the 19th.
So May 19th will be the next game for Harbourside here in Nanaimo. Of course, they'll travel away before then as well, next weekend on the road. But Harbourside saluting the crowd and a well-earned 1-0 victory against Nautsa'mawt FC, who head home with a split and a very well-earned victory. A great team effort, goalkeeping out. Credit to Harbourside. A 1-0 victory. Illich rightfully pumped. Cal Weir streaking off the bench as the whistle went to celebrate with his brother in net. And Harbourside victorious for the first time in franchise history. Thank you so much for joining us and spending a little bit of your Sunday afternoon here with me. Harbourside 1, Nautsa'mawt no score. Next action for Harbourside here in Nanaimo, May 19th. Those games will be broadcast live on Shaw TV, so not here on the League 1 platform, YouTube platform, but on Shaw TV, you'll be able to catch those games live here from Kikinishtuk Stadium in Nanaimo. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we'll talk to you next time here for League 1 football from Nanaimo. Good night.